Yo, yo. All right. I'm gonna start now. This is let me make sure it's recorded. Yeah, fire. All right. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are all having a great day. I hope you guys all had a great week. This will be a post analysis on what up, Tony? This will be a post analysis on the week on gold and Nasdaq. Anybody who is tuning in can just ask a certain pair and we'll go over that pair as well. So we take a look at the weekly. We're here on Nasdaq. Let me clear our charts. Actually, delete all our drawings and indicators. For the past couple weeks, we've been bullish, right? Past couple months, the whole year we've been bullish. So now we're starting to see where we're creating this what seems to be a lower high as well, right? We're failing to break previous highs over here to the left. So let's see, we're at an interesting point. We're at this level of support that we're trading near. If we go down to the daily time frame as well, we closed off the week with the day with a bullet with a bearish engulfing candle as well. So we're near like the bottom of this level of support. We're here consolidated. There's this range about exactly around 373,700 pips. So if we see a breakout of either side, we could see a nice impulsive move of the higher time frame. For the past couple of days, we've just been ranging. So let's see if we hopefully we can create the same range that we have here if we break out to the top side, right? We want to see whoa. We copy and paste, copy, boom. We want to see another range get created on the to the upside or to the downside, right? So that we could take safe sales or safe buys. Anything in between now would just be risky at the moment. If we take a look also on the 4 hour time frame, it's same range that we're seeing on the daily and the weekly, just along it just seems longer because there's more candles. But we're here at this level at 15,200 level. So it seems like there's a lot of reaction at this level. If we look to the left as well, let's look at how many times we've rejected this level prior. We can do some adjustment here, if anything, as well. All right. So as you guys can see, this is a nice level where we constantly reject or trade around that or break out of this area, right? There's rejection here, break out of this area, breakout, rejection, breakout, right? We reject this area again, reject this area again, breakout, come back, test this area, and we're sort of rejecting it. And then now we're trading at this area as well. Also, today, we ended up closing. We've been pretty much bearish the whole day on Nasdaq. Most of it also has to do with the news that has been coming out today, like the U.S. Consumer sentiment, the UOM, University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment, and then there was also Empire State Manufacturing Index, which is a survey of 200 businesses in New York. Bro, you're right, and it's a blessing to learn. Oh, what's up, Tony? What up, Tony? Glad you're here, brother. So let's see. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame on Nasdaq. On Nasdaq, same thing. We've just been we broke out of this level today with the news, and we consolidated. What up, Lacey? We consolidated in this level, right? And then we sort of broke out of it again, and then now we're seeing a little range being formed as well. Let's go back to see if I wanted to see something off the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, this is where things start to get interesting, right? Because we're also at a point with Nasdaq, for instance, where if you understand what's going on fundamentally with the DXY, right, with inflation going up, with the rates going up, we'll see this following week they're expecting the Federal Reserve might pause rates, so they might not continue to hike at least for this time. But it's pretty interesting where we're at, right? We're seeing the the more it inflates, the Nasdaq is starting to reverse all of a sudden because the dollar has also been bullish for the past couple months. So now we're starting to see reversal on both pairs. If we go over here to the weekly time frame, same thing, right? We have this bullish trend on the DXY, same type of trend that we have on NAS, right? We've just been bullish on Nasdaq. It wasn't until a couple months ago that we broke out of this level. We're retesting this breakout of the trend line, and we're failing to break previous we're failing to reach previous highs, and yet alone failing to break them, right? So if we go back to DXY, if we go back to DXY, right, we're waiting for that breakout of this trend line, so we can really get that confirmation that that the markets in general, Nasdaq, Dow, for those US 30 traders, Dow is pretty much the same thing. S&P 500 could start to melt, right? And then we can start to see pairs like gold that we'll take a look at right now start to rally to the upside. But we're in this weekly range as well in the US dollar. Let's see how the next week how the US dollar performs. We're trading towards the top of this range. I want to see us, I want to see candle closures above the range. And if anything, I want to see it trade above the range as well, so that we can really get that nice confirmation that the dollar wants to continue with this uptrend. Overall, the dollar ended up finishing the week pretty strong, not pretty, bullishly. Nasdaq as well. Nas ended up closing the week bearishly, I'm sorry. Let's see how next week opens up. Maybe next week we can see trade back up to the top of the range, continue to range, or maybe we could see it break out, right, to either side. But I do have my sells below this. It would be below the break of the previous low, right around there. 15,150 is where I would like sells on Nasdaq, and then buys. If you were gonna want to buy now, have a nice tight stop loss and trade this range where you can capitalize a good amount of profits, especially more importantly pips, right? Let's take a look at gold now, guys. Gold. What do you guys, what have you guys traded? Have you guys traded this week? I know some of you guys did trade. What were the pairs that you traded? What up? What up? You got any challenge? Fire. I love that. Good luck on this new challenge. You've already got a couple payouts. So let's run this one up too. So gold here, we ended up closing the day bullishly. We also ended up closing this weekly candle bullish as well. So what's concerning with gold is we've been on a downtrend, right? As you guys can see, for the past couple, we've been failing to break market structure to the upside, and we've just been failing to break previous highs, right? We've been creating lower lows and lower highs. Right now, we just created a lower high, and now we could possibly continue the trend and make a new lower low, or we could start to see breakout out of this trend line, right? Out of this weekly trend line. Off the monthly time frame, same thing. We're just consolidated in this range. We're at an interesting level. This is acting as a level of demand, and then we have a level of supply up here as well. Well, we're just here in this monthly range. That being said, the next few weeks are important for gold as well. We could start to see impulsive move, and we could start to see gold retest back up to this monthly range, and possibly on buys. If we were to capitalize off of this, we're looking at around 440 pips, almost 500 pips that we could capitalize off of, right? Well, let's see. Will gold reach those previous highs? Let's go back to the weekly time frame. We've just been in that downtrend, right? I want to start to see this break out. Let's go back to the daily time frame. Let's zoom out a little. Same thing. We've just been, it's confluencing with the weekly time frame, right? That downtrend channel. We've just been we've just been short, selling off. Now there is something interesting, right? It seems like we are losing that bearish momentum, right? If you guys could see here, we had this downslide, right? We kind of retest, right? We retest over here, retrace a little bit. We come back down, make a new low, come back up, and then we start to see choppiness with the bearish candles, right? We're losing that bearish momentum. We're sort of squeezing into this descending wedge, right? Which is a triangle pattern. So we could break out of this area. We could see a nice impulsive move, especially if we do break out of the previous high, which would be 1930, 1945 area. We break out of 1945 area, we could possibly come back and test this 1980 area and then retrace and possibly trade above 1950. We're currently standing at current price of gold is what we're currently at 1923. So we're trading near a quarter point level. Remember, I like to use quarter points for those who don't know what the quarter point levels are. It's 1925, 1950, 1975, 2000, those quarter point levels. They're huge. They're big when it comes to the banks. Remember, banks like to round. They like moving large amounts of money around those whole numbers, right? Around those whole quarter point numbers. So let's see if we can break out. I'm pretty much on higher time frames, long on gold. I'm bullish on gold. Shorter time frames, you have to be able to adjust. You don't ever want to have a bias. Lacey, what's up?
Yeah, bro, I got a quick question. So when we're looking at this gold, where are our, what do you call them, prohibited trades, or what's that prohibited region that you mark off sometimes to say, like, this is what we don't trade, we wait till it breaks out of this level? Or is that marked up on this particular chart, or is that something that we need to concern ourselves with right now moving into next week?
So if okay, so I may have an idea to what you're referring to, but I think it has to do with like the news. So like for instance, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, right over here, in the beginning of the week before CPI was released, we were right here. It was right around here. So you don't really want to trade before the news comes out, right? Because it's just price is just gonna get consolidated. You might be on the right move, but there's not enough volume. So you want to wait, and then when you get that breakout, that's when you can participate on the news, right? Now it's just risky because the first move could be a false move, and typically with the news with news the markets react to the news when the news comes out, but the news doesn't really affect the markets till at least 2 days after the news is already released. Because it gives the market time to let retail traders react. It gives, banks are already moving money before news is released or just wait until after news is released because they have information that we don't have access to the public, as a public. But those levels would be like this level right here. You don't want to trade until there's a breakout, or at least you get a candle closure, and then you can trade. Obviously, as long as you have multiple confluences. But here, same thing. CPI came out, and then after that, it was just rangy all along, and then there was PPI the following day, and there was unemployment that caused unemployment pretty much just caused this little drop right here, which was nothing. And then today, it's just been bullish since yesterday that we saw that reversal, and then we've just been bullish ever since. But regarding and then other like for example, if I'm trading right now, we're at 1923. So if we're at 1923, I won't trade it till at least let's say I wanted to get the sells and I want to say go with the trend line. I will sort of wait for it to reject that 1925 area instead of getting at 1923, and I'll get in at 1925 with a stop loss right above this previous wick. So it would look like something like 1925 is right around here. Right, so I'll make sure that it's no more than 30 pips. So 30 pips would be right around there. So since I don't really like that stop loss, I would rather have my 30 pips above the previous wick in case I get wicked out or something. So I'll just wait for that 1927.00 or 1927.25 or 1927.5. So I try to have my entries correlating with that quarter point theory. So you'll never see an entry of mine as 1927.845. You'll either see it, 0.850 or 0.8250 or 0.500. So that's what I mean. That's the only times I won't ever trade. Hopefully I answered the question.
Yes, sir, you did. Thank you.
Bro, I think gold is about to rip up. Wait, I think rip up soon. Yeah, bro, I think we're at an interesting level, right? Off the daily time frame. We could start to see we saw a bullish engulfing candle close pretty strong. Price closed pretty strong to the upside. So I am long on gold overall. Just like I said, correlating with the fundamentals, with inflation rising, it only makes sense that gold goes up, right? And then if we look over here at the weekly, just how we saw the dollar has been going up, right, for the past couple weeks and for the past couple months. Gold, all it's been doing has been going down for the past couple months and past couple weeks as well. So as soon as we start to see the dollar, let's go back over here to the dollar so we can see. As soon as we start to see the dollar break out of this trend line, that's when we'll start to see gold start to reverse to the upside and continue its bullish run. Once that's when we'll see that reversal on gold over here, or around 1950. We just need to break out of this trend line and then we'll be good. But first we need to see DXY flipped reverse to the downside. If we go over here to the 2-hour time frame,
I don't mean to interrupt you, bro. What's the meeting password? Put that in the chat so I can add it to my phone. So I can step outside real quick, please.
what happened, Tony? Or
I need the information to the Zoom. Can you put it in the chat real fast so I can get it on my phone real fast?
Oh, I got you. Let me go.
Appreciate
Copy. Oh wait, no, copy. All right, it should be available now. All right, now gold on the 2-hour time frame. We're sort of trading near. Let me turn on my SMAs. All right, so this is what I also want to see off on gold on the 4-hour time frame. We could expect to range until the FOMC statement comes out next week. Next week we'll probably see the most important news be released in the month of September, aside from unemployment, of course. But we have our SMA starting to get parallel with one another, so it might not be a good time to trade as soon as the market opens. We will kind of want to see price, choose its direction, and let's see if we can also on the higher time frames, how we were saying how we're long on gold, we have our blue SMA over our red SMA, so that's good bullish confirmation. That's one of many confirmations that we want to see. If we go to the 1-hour time frame, let's see how gold performed overall in the day, on the week. Yeah, it's just been downtrending. We finally started breaking market structure off the lower time frames to the upside. So let's see if we can respect our SMAs and continue to the upside. We want to respect this little trend that it has at the moment as well. So let's see if we can channel up. Do it. So yeah, that's how the week ended. I ended up trading this week twice, no, 3 times. Took 1 win, 1 loss, and then 1 win. So 2 wins, 1 loss for the week. Pretty good. How'd you guys do? How'd everybody do?
I bailed out for trades this week. I didn't make any after our conversation. Just want to
Fire.
give some time to, let my mind adjust, look at the screen again, see how things work out. But, we'll jump back in next
You
week,
probably
bro.
chose the best week, bro.
For real.
Because
For real, right?
with all the news going on and everything, like it's weeks like these that you want to stay cash and you want to preserve your capital. You made the right choice, brother. You didn't miss out on anything. And do you feel like you missed out on anything?
Nah, not really. From where, like, we're looking at where gold is now from where it was, last week, I don't really feel that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just being bummed out on those losing trades from last week, kind of messed with my psychology as we spoke about. And now it's just, getting back in there, not being down, and just knowing I have to manage it and manage it from the deficit now. And I appreciate that conversation that we had because, I felt a whole lot better after we had it.
Of course, brother. Also, guys, I want you to know, remember, always, I know that we're technical traders, but put your part and understanding the fundamentals, right? Understand what was released. Understand. Let me put here only USD and then apply filter. Okay. Understand what happened throughout the whole week, right? So you can be better prepared next time. And as a trader, it's like it's just due diligence that we should do as traders, go over the news that went out. There's the Forex Factory is pretty cool because they give you latest releases, latest stories on the pair that you trade. You know, always stay proactive and always stay fundamentally ahead. That's the edge advantage that we can have as a retail trader. As a retail trader, it may seem unfair, when you're trading against banks, but that's one way that we can stay ahead of the game. Also, if you go on finviz.com, let's go over here. If you go on finviz.com, you can also see the 1 day relative performance on how the market's closed for the week and for the day. This is a 1 day relative performance. So you guys can see these numbers are pretty high. NASDAQ and S&P 500 closing the day over 1% negative, and the US 30 underneath shy of 1%. You see the stocks, how they closed. Also, there's economic events here. And then you could see Forex as well, how the pairs ended up closing for the week. As you can see, the US dollar closed strong, outperformed its other pairs. So the dollar closed pretty weak. Knowing that the dollar closed pretty weak, knowing where the pair that you trade closed for the week can give you that good understanding on where you could be opening up for the next week, right? Now that we've analyzed the previous week and where the pairs that I trade at least, if anybody wants to take a look at a certain pair, feel free to let me know. We'll take a look at the pair as well. But now I know that tomorrow when I back test or tomorrow when I go and chart up my charts and review my trades, I'm more prepared. I've already seen it more. I've recapped. So now when the week opens up, I'm fresh and I feel confident. Does anybody have any questions on any pair, anything that happened that there's uncertain of, or anything, any type of question? This is also recorded, so I will be posting it on YouTube. So for anybody who's just seeing this video for the first time or is new to the YouTube channel, feel free to join the Discord community as well, where you can keep up with trade ideas, trade analysis, signals, and then you can also interact with other traders as well. So definitely join, and feel free to subscribe. It's completely free. Pretty cool. So let me know, guys, what you guys think, and if there's any other pairs that you guys would like to take a look at. Hope you guys have a great day, great night, and thank you guys for being here. For those that are here, hey, we're here to get better, and I hope you guys all finish the week positively. See you guys later.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
Oh,
JP.
Lacey, peace out, Lewis, peace out, Tony.
Yes, sir.